Tenere 700. Who would have thought that I'm going to swap 950 for the Tenere? Well, that was kind of on the cards last year, but I went down the road of 790R and I didn't get on with it, so it was sold rather quickly. Call me crazy because there's more power in KTM and all that. Yes, there is, but if you've seen my videos before, I just couldn't get on with that bike. But it was always the case between T7 and KTM back then. After quite a bit of time, there was another bike on the cards, and that was Aprilia Tuareg. And I was really thinking I'm gonna get that bike, but there's always a but. Tenere, it's a proven platform. It's been around for quite a number of years. It's reliable. I do like the look of a Tuareg. I like the Aprilia. It has more power, better suspension, out of the box, more comfort creatures, whatever you want to call it. And the main thing with the Aprilia, it really feels lighter because the fuel is right under your seat. So that's pretty evident. And it is better from that respect. But like I said, there is a but. Aprilia has been around for, what, 12 months? Maybe a little bit more. It's not raced hard. It's not really ridden to the extreme. Yes, sure, there is few guys out there that do it, but we cannot judge the reliability factor of that bike. And being an Italian bike, it kind of you can get unlucky, and it's not unheard of that you get unlucky with the Italian bikes. So, well, I ended up with T7. That's the model that I wanted in that color, rally spec. Couple of extras, nothing too exciting, just the end can, which is titanium end can, bark busters, and some engine bars. That's it. Other than that, it's a stock rally spec. So what's on the cards for this bike? Because suspension is awful straight out of the box. It just doesn't work off-road if you want to ride it hard. So our friend at T-Tech Suspension, that done my KTM before and a couple of other friends' bikes, he's working on a 48mm conversion for this motorcycle. So we're going to increase the travel, we're going to have the plush bike, we're going to have tractive shock at the back. We're lifting the bike as well to get a little bit more clearance. We're trying to make it nice. And the whole point is not to go crazy with the pumping loads and loads of money into it. Yes, sure, the conversion itself is not cheap, that's correct. But believe me, there is far more expensive options. We're trying to do it on a reasonable budget rather than hitting £5,000, euros, whatever you want to call it, because you can get that sort of money for the suspension for those bikes, and it sounds a bit crazy. So the plan is to do basic mods. In 3.5 weeks, I'm going to put it to the proper test. We are going to Portugal for about 2 weeks. So then I'm going to have all the time in the world to get familiar with the bike, get used to it, or not, because I don't really know what it's going to be like. I haven't really spent that much time on it. I've done 300 miles maybe, something like that. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, when I get back, I'm going to know whenever it's going to be a keeper or it's going to be out, like the other one was. The things that I do like about this bike, well, fuel economy is good. It doesn't shred tires because it's not as torquey, and that makes it easier to track, so it doesn't slide around. There is the trade-off there, obviously, because there's not that much torque comparison to my 950 and not much power. It doesn't seem as fun, it doesn't seem as aggressive, but because the power delivery is so linear, it's just easy to control. And in the long run, it may prove to be a bit less tiring. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just speculating at the moment. It is top heavy, and I don't like that. It's quite annoying because for the bike of that class, it shouldn't feel like it is that heavy at the top. But it is what it is. I already thought about what to do to reduce the weight at the top. And yeah, sure, there is a few options, but they all seem to be expensive. So we'll see. I don't really want to pump thousands of pounds into that bike. Well, not at least not straight away. So minimal mods, suspension, it's a must. Narrow rims at some point if it's gonna stay. And yeah, then it's kind of going to be ready to do a little bit of hard tracks, and we'll see what I can do with it. Don't expect to be Paul Tares. There's plenty of people that think that. I don't. I know what I can do with the bike, and it's nothing like that. So if you do like the episode, like it, subscribe, have a look around the bike, and I'll catch up with you on the next one. Thanks.